Hello everyone, I'm Raghav and this is my Unity Advanced Mat 2 Self-Run 2, and today I'm going to discuss the following two questions. Question first is, what is object pooling and how exactly does this technique helps us optimizing our game? And second is, explain different types of object pooling. So for simple object pooling, lazy initialization object pooling, dynamic object pooling, and fourth is hierarchical object pooling. So coming to the first question, what is object pooling? So object pooling is a design pattern used in game development to improve the performance and optimize our memory usage by recycling the objects rather than creating and destroying them repeatedly. So how does this technique helps in optimizing our game? So constantly instantiating the game objects hampers the performance of our game. So creation of new game objects and deleting them, deleting the existing game objects is costly operation for our CPU. So when there are same type of objects getting spawned multiple times in the game, then this would be the best time to go for object pooling. So what object pooling does exactly is it creates an object pool at start of our game, and when our object is getting deleted or destroyed, it just disables objects and send them back to the pool. And when we need them, it sets the object to its initial state and enables the object and spawn it to the position where we want to spawn the object. So second is different types of object pooling. So first is simple object pooling. So in simple object pooling, a fixed number of objects are created upfront and maintained in the pool. So when object is requested, it is retrieved from the pool if available. If a pool is empty, a new object is instantiated. When the object is returned to the pool, it is deactivated or reset to its initial state for the future use. So its pros would be like it is a straightforward implementation and it has a predictable behavior. And its cons would be like it leads to memory wastage as if the pool size is too large, and it may encounter performance issues if the pool size is too small for high demand situations. Second would be lazy initialization object pooling. So lazy initialization object pooling creates objects on demand rather than upfront. So initially the object is empty. Initially the object pool is empty, and when object is requested, the pool checks if there is an inactive object available. But if there is not an inactive object available, then it instantiates a new object, and object is returned to the pool where they are kept for the future use. So its pros would be like it is memory efficient as objects are only created when needed, and it can handle variable demand effectively. And its cons would be like it may incur slightly overhead when instantiating object for the first time, and pool size may grow dynamically, which could lead to increased memory usage. Third would be dynamic object pooling. So dynamic object pooling adjusts the pool size dynamically based on demand. So starts with a small initial size, and when the object is requested and the pool is empty, it dynamically increases the size by creating a new object. Conversely, if the objects are returned to the pool and size size exceeds the certain threshold, it may shrink. So pros would be like efficient memory usage, and it adapts to the changing demand. And its cons would be it may introduce to overhead for dynamic resizing the pool, and it could potentially lead to performance issues if the resizing processes are not optimized. And fourth would be hierarchical object pooling. So hierarchical object pooling organizes objects into multiple pools based on certain criteria. So rather than having a single pool for all the objects, hierarchical pooling creates separate pools for different types of objects based on specific characteristics, and each pool may have its own rules and settings. So its pros would be like it offers fine-grained control over resource allocation, and it optimizes the resource usage based on specific requirements. And its cons would be like more complex to implement compared to simple object pooling techniques, and it requires careful management and coordination of multiple pools. So that's all. Thank you so much.